Hey amigos, this is Ignacio Lopez. Welcome to Comedy Sheep's Side Gig. This week, another Edinburgh special as I talk to Jake Baker about his upcoming show at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. We also talk a little bit about nominative determinism. His name is Baker, but he worked as a butcher, and also some odd returns working at a bookshop. Super funny chat. Let's do it. Okay, so first up, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Who are you and what the fuck do you do?
My name's Jake Baker.
Yeah.
I'm a comedian.
Yes. If you had to describe your job to a 5-year-old, what would you tell them?
I try to make people laugh in exchange for cash, which
doesn't exist anymore.
Which doesn't exist. In exchange for I'll take backs.
You take backs, yeah. Okay. Fair. Welcome to the pod. This is called Side Gig. I like to talk to people about the stuff they did before and maybe alongside their current profession, which is stand-up comedy.
Yeah, okay.
So what was before you did comedy, what was the first job you did when you were 16 or whatever?
Well, so my dad's a butcher.
Okay.
And he ran a butcher shop with his brother, my uncle.
Yeah.
And they inherited it from their father.
Yep.
Who inherited it from their father.
Nepo babies.
Nepo babies. Yeah, it's rife in the butchery industry.
This is something I would like to ask then. If your dad and your dad's dad,
yeah,
butchers, long line of butchers.
Yeah,
sausages are butchers.
1831, I think.
What?
It opened, yeah.
1831?
By I think it's sixth great-grandfather.
Holy shit, what a dynasty of butchers.
And I've thrown it all away to tell jokes.
Do they, every butcher I feel like is an award-winning butcher?
Yeah. The whole small town award thing is a total scam. Yeah. What do they call it? We're
busting the lid on it now.
The Chamber of Commerce. So Sherborne, Sherborne's my hometown.
Yeah.
Sherborne Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
It's just everyone is if you have a shop in Sherborne, you're part of it, and they go, oh, you're the best butcher. The fact that you're the only butcher doesn't need to be stated, and then you have a little award in your window.
And do you retain that award when it gets passed down to the next generation?
Oh, I see what you mean. I think the business wins the award rather than the individual. But yeah, I don't know.
So I'm assuming you were helping your dad out and your uncle in the butchers.
Yeah, it was my first job. I was about 11 or so. I helped with the deliveries on Saturday morning. I don't know. I mean, it was basically something to do to get my pocket money. I would get like £3 or something, and I'd turn up on a Saturday, and I'd sit in the van with Michael, who did the deliveries, and I guess he'd let me sort of try and do the maths to give the old ladies change or whatever. But really, it was completely unnecessary. But again, it was my first job when I was like 11, and then when I was 14 or 15, I was upgraded within the butcher shop to the Saturday boy cleaner.
Yep.
So that's just like cleaning out the fridge and stuff, which is really gross.
Sure.
But that actually was useful. That was being productive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that till I went to uni.
Which uni did you go to?
I went to Plymouth Uni.
Plymouth Uni. Did your dad think you were going to graduate and come back and take over the family business?
No.
Okay.
No. I think to be fair, I mean, without getting into the sort of societal whole thing of it, but my dad and his brother, when they were born, my grandparents were just like, great, 2 more butchers. Whereas I think, my dad and my uncle, I've got 2 cousins. So there's 5 of us that could have taken on the butchers. I think they were sort of like, no, we probably go off and do something else if you want to.
So does somebody else run that butchers now?
Yeah. So they had a man. They got a man. They're both retired now. They're both like 70, but they got a manager, and he's called Andrew, and he does very well, I think, as far as I know.
What did you study in Plymouth?
I studied chemistry.
Okay.
And I fucking hated it. When I was at school, I was so sort of convinced that, you've got to go to uni so you can get a job.
Yeah. Did you enjoy chemistry in school?
Not really. But it was just like really it makes you very employable.
Okay.
But for that to happen, you actually need to get like a good grade.
Well,
which
like
I did
pharmaceuticals
not.
and things? Yeah, okay.
Or just, there's a lot of math, so it's just sort of, lots of people go into, I don't know, all sorts of things, accountancy, banking, finance, with chemistry degrees. But I reckon I knew within 20 minutes of the first lecture that I'd made a terrible mistake. And just stuck it out for 3 years anyway.
Ouch. Did they ask you a question and you just completely bottled it?
I just came out the other end with a 2-2, which is useless, not even worth having.
I wouldn't say that. They don't even check. Nobody checks.
Yeah, well, I've never tried to get a graduate job.
I've got a master's in economics according to my CV. No.
Yeah. It's just a lie. Yeah, fair enough.
And I got surprised you were as well. Have you? Yeah, no, absolutely not. No.
Well, believable in a way.
So you went to chemistry.
Yeah.
Did you start stand up in university? Were you like a member of any societies?
I guess I did. Yeah, my final year. No, I didn't start. I wasn't in any societies or anything. I did my first gig in Exeter in my final year, and it went really well. And then I did my second gig in Bristol as part of this Chortle student thing.
Gotcha.
We might want to cut this.
That was your second gig?
That was my second gig. Okay. Chortle, Bristol, whatever year it was. And it went so badly I didn't gig again for 2 years. I do worry about that going, because you could easily Google that. I'm sure has not taken that down.
We'll bleep it. I guarantee he hasn't. I guarantee it. There's videos on there that I'm like, that person is a sex criminal. you retain that video is there for everyone to watch.
I think he just does it to humiliate. Like I think when John Kearns won like the best newcomer or best show or something, and there's no footage of what he does. Yeah, because he's quite alternative and underground. Just in the article saying John Kearns is the first person ever to win the award back to back, then posted his
video
Chortles where he dies on his arse. Yeah, just cruel.
Yeah, my only interaction with I emailed him to ask if he could take a video down, and he replied saying like, no. I was like, all right, fine, I'm never going to do anything. And I haven't.
Yeah. Maybe it's not that bad. I mean, I haven't watched it in years. It's probably fine. I don't know.
We'll insert it into this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, by all means, given into this podcast where I unplug myself.
See, your first gig went great. You thought, this is awesome. And then the second one was like that first chemistry lecture.
Yeah.
You were like, oh no.
Oh no, what have I done? Yeah. It was compared by Joe Lycett.
Wow.
I don't know anyone else I never met anyone else again who from that gig. If anyone else continued, I don't know.
Thursday, Joe Lycett was the middle spot on a gig I was on that I was closing.
Okay.
Which I was like, that's not right. But he was just trying out material for it was a surprise lineup.
Yeah.
And I thought I was the big surprise.
Yeah,
but it turns out no, Joe Lycett's in the middle.
You're the little surprise.
Following him was tough. It was a tough follow. He did great, by the way. He was I'll have to catch up with him and see how that went. The big gig that he was practicing his material for.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Joe Lycett was emceeing that.
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom from Joe? Do you remember much about it?
I remember, because it's a new act competition thing, there's quite a lot of acts, so, he was really getting through it.
Yeah.
And he just tried to make a little comment about everyone between each act, about like...
to the audience?
Yeah, just sort of like, that was... whoever it was, didn't he? He had a nice pair of shoes or something, something like that. And the thing about me was he commented on the watch that I'd bought specifically for the gig that I'd bought from Primark.
To time your set.
To time my set, yeah. And it was. I used it those 2 gigs, and then it was from Primark. It literally lost like 10 minutes a day. So it was not a good watch.
What?
Yeah, it was terrible. It was like £1 or something. It was a terrible watch.
It lost 10 minutes a day?
Yeah. It was pretty awful. It was like a little lime green thing, wristband.
But it got a compliment from
Joe. But Joe Lycett liked it. So, and he's a fashionable chap.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, got a sense of style and everything. So, so you came back to it 2 years later.
Yeah.
What made you think, I want to give this another shot?
Yeah, well, I'd always really liked stand-up, so I wanted to do it again. And I had a friend who independently we started someone I was at school with.
Yeah.
You know Martin Pilgrim.
Yes.
Yeah, we were at school together.
Oh,
we were
cool.
in fact in a ska band together.
What?
But maybe the less said about that, the better.
What was the name of the band?
Oh God!
Real Small Fish.
No, that would be less embarrassing. I feel like the world has really changed. We were called Damn Good Fondling.
I like how both of your surnames are actual things like Baker and Pilgrim.
Yeah.
It's also fascinating that your dad was a butcher with the surname Baker.
Yeah, don't think the kids at school didn't notice that.
Baker the butcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
My uncle, but who's obviously a butcher and a baker, he also, as a hobby, kept bees, and so
What?
he only had a couple of hives, and he'd make candles out of so he was a candlestick maker as well, just
Incredible.
to complete the set.
I thought you were going to say, so like, they'd be like, if people were describing him, what's his name?
Richard.
Richard. So they'd be like, oh, Richard. They'd be like, oh, which Richard are we talking about? Richard. Richard Baker the butcher, the beekeeper.
The butcher, the beekeeper. Yeah. Yeah.
But candlestick maker as well. Yeah, that's pretty on the nose. What a man of all trades. That's great. Do you have any skill baking?
Yeah. I think like everyone, I got into the banana bread in lockdown. I made some good banana bread.
So I'm just thinking like nominative determinism style. Like you got the name Baker, nail some banana bread.
Yeah, I've done. I mean, banana bread's pretty straightforward. It's hard to do that wrong, really.
So you graduated from Plymouth.
Yeah.
You and Martin were in a ska band.
That was when we were at school. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And
There was never any sort of belief that would be our career. We were so clear.
Ska is going to live forever.
We were so clear that we are awful.
Did you both? So you both enjoyed comedy when you were in school and stuff.
Yeah.
When did he start doing stand up?
Yeah, a couple of years before me.
Okay.
Because I remember him posting sort of videos on Facebook and stuff and being really jealous. That's what motivates all stand-ups, really. Just envy.
And bitterness.
Yeah, and bitterness.
So you went and did, just hit like open mics and stuff 2 years later after your...
Yeah, so what did I do then? I was still living in Dorset, and I did like my first maybe 10 gigs around the West Coast, Exeter, Bristol. And then Martin this is 2013, Martin wanted to do a show in Edinburgh.
Okay.
But he was like, I don't have an hour.
Yeah.
And he said to me, do you want to come and do sort of 15, maybe 20 minutes every day? And I'll do 40, 45.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, that sounds fun, having no idea what I was doing. so literally gig number 8 to gig number 35 for me was all in Edinburgh in a row.
Yeah.
2013, which is insane. I've heard, now I think about it, what a mad thing to do. But it was a free fringe, so who cares? We were rubbish, but it was fun.
Yeah.
But then doing that, I met loads of people that also wanted to do comedy, and it sort of felt more...
I guess once you're part of the community and you're kind of all struggling together, it makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, exactly. Like growing up in North Dorset, telling people, I didn't tell anyone, but sort of saying you wanted to be a comedian, people just looked like you were insane. But obviously up at the Fringe, that's what everyone's trying to do, so it didn't feel like mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What job were you doing when you went back into stand-up?
Okay. Oh, yeah. I worked. That was when I was working at the ice cream place.
You worked at an ice cream
That
place?
was 6 months. The 6 months before I went up to Edinburgh.
Yeah.
That year, I worked at. It's not as good as it sounds. I've misled you. It was a frozen food distribution warehouse.
Okay.
So it wasn't making ice cream.
So you're dealing with just like big old tubs of ice cream.
Yes, they went all over the south of England. Maybe came up to Wales. I'm not sure.
Now we've got our own ice cream.
You've got your own ice cream.
Yeah, Joe's, Mario's, really good stuff.
And I was in the warehouse in the big freezer. So it was like a huge warehouse, minus 18, just a massive freezer, trawling around there in the middle of the night, putting boxes of Magnums on a pallet, and then a guy puts it on a lorry and drives it up to
So you're in the warehouse, it's minus 18 degrees in there.
Yeah.
How do you tolerate that? How many layers do you
Oh, they give you a big coat and a hoodie.
Yeah.
Big, you got like Scott of the Antarctic with big sort of hobnail boots and big ski trousers. And you had to have a break every 90 minutes. You had to have.
So you wouldn't die.
Well, so you wouldn't die. Basically, so you wouldn't get hypothermia. One guy stayed in there too long, and his eyes froze open.
Oh my God!
Go outside and sort of.
That's
call them. Yeah.
His eyes froze open.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the time to show him some really fucked up YouTube videos, isn't it? No, I don't want to watch. I don't want to see it. Here's my short student comedy award video.
Yeah. It's the only way you'd watch that, I think.
Did you write material about your job when you started stand-up?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So do
you remember any jokes?
Yes, I do actually. So the thing I tried to get to work was so the way that it would work is they had a call center that would start at 9 a.m. and they would take calls till 5. So just the people in the call center got to work at 9 to 5.
The ice cream place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And their whole thing was next day delivery. So we'd come into work about 2 p.m. and load up all of the orders that had come in that day. And you would just work as long as it took. So sometimes you were finished by like 7. Great. Often you were still there at 4 a.m. Because I worked the summer of... does this make sense? When I said I went to Edinburgh in 2013, maybe it was 2012. Anyway, I definitely worked the summer of the Olympics.
Oh, right.
Because all the sailing and stuff was done in Weymouth, which is off the coast of South Dorset.
Sure.
So every single ice cream eaten in Weymouth over the Olympics went through our warehouse.
I was about to say, like, you were saying about sometimes we finish at this time, something.
Yeah.
You want to be working the kind of the winter period.
Yeah. No. Summer. It was awful. So because it all ramps up, that's why I got the job. Is they hire loads more people over the summer.
Sure.
And so the 20 people sort of talk nostalgically about the London Olympics. I didn't see anything. I didn't see it at all. So I spent the whole time in a fucking freezer moving magnums around.
You didn't miss much.
No, I didn't miss much.
I think that was a terrible year for the Fringe as well, because I was up there in 2012, and like it was the same with the riots the same year.
It might have been.
I think they were. I think we had. So there was the London riots.
Yeah.
the Olympics, 2012 Olympics. It was a disaster for an arts festival. It was horrible because everyone was just glued to the news. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
The Sega building in London is burnt down. So somebody's won the javelin, which nobody gave a shit about, but people love watching that stuff. Yeah.
So the joke I tried to do about it is one of the perks was that you could have all the ice cream you could eat.
Yeah.
Because ice creams are quite delicate, and you got big trucks zooming around, and so stuff gets hit and damaged. And so they had a big trough at like the end of one of the rows that was just filled with all the damaged stock that they couldn't sell. And they were just like, yeah, you just take what you want out of there. So obviously this led to people damaging,
on purpose.
Like, I want a knobbly bobbly. I just smashed it and put it in there. But the rule was you could eat whatever you wanted, but you weren't allowed to take it off site. You had to eat it there. So obviously that led to like a whole smuggling trade. And I don't know if you've ever tried to get a Magnum in a condom. And that was the joke. That was it.
A Magnum in a Magnum, because there are condoms called Magnums. Yeah. Obviously, I know from experience. So you went from university to you were working in ice cream, a frozen place. You started doing stand-up comedy. What other kind of trades did you ply yourself at?
My friend had a window cleaning business. I did that for a little bit. That was fun. I think I ruined quite a lot of his because we just like going to the pub together. So he'd go, "Oh, should we clean windows?" Or we could just go to the pub, and we just go to the pub. So I think so he had to sack me.
Because you were a bad influence.
Because I was a bad influence.
Whose business it was.
His business, yeah. So he had to sack me. It was fair enough.
Did you ever? I've always been curious looking at window washers in old movies and stuff.
Yeah.
They always catch things in through the window. Did you ever see anything?
I can't remember. I mean, my two main memories was one, a woman had 4 massive Alsatians, and we turned up at her house, and they were like taller than I was. And they were sort of jumping up, and
you're on a ladder as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then she was going, "Oh, don't be scared. If you're scared, it makes it worse." And I was like, "This is awful." They can sense that you're nervous. Don't be nervous. This is 4 fucking huge dogs. So I just hid in the van. And the other thing that happened was you. I don't know much technical. Window cleaning, but you have the reach and clean.
The extender, yeah.
The big
telescopic.
With the hose pipe. So his reach and clean he was really excited that he got a new reach and clean that was like carbon fibre, so it was really light. But it sort of got stuck. The thing wouldn't extend. And so basically what happened is the friction of the 2 little telescopic things had created like a fine carbon powder.
Right.
And then with all the water around, that had then sort of come into a paste.
Yeah.
And then that paste had set. So you couldn't extend it. And so he was trying to clean, so he had his finger and he was trying to clean out the paste, and he got his finger, and his finger wouldn't come out. So we were in the garden of this pub where we were meant to be cleaning windows, and he had a 30-foot reach and clean stuck on the end of his finger. And I was no help at all because I was just laughing my head off. And eventually what we had to do was we literally had to saw it off, and
his finger.
Well, it was quite expensive. It took him a few minutes to decide whether to saw the finger off or the pole. And then I was trying to work out, because obviously I couldn't see his finger, so I had to work out how far his finger was up.
That's
and I was
terrifying.
sort of like, I want to do it here.
Yeah.
Like, your finger's definitely not this long. And he was going, no, because this thing's really expensive. So
you wanted to try and save.
So you wanted to try and save some money. Yeah, it was
as much of the extent as possible.
But he's still got 10 fingers. He's fine.
I mean, one shorter than the other 9, but yeah. All right. You've done a fair few jobs.
Oh yeah, that's not the. Is that the worst of them? The ice cream one? Yeah, probably.
That's the worst job you've ever done.
I think so.
Is there any job apart from stand-up that you? What's the next one down on the list that you'd be like, yeah, I could have continued with that, or if I had to, I'd do that.
I worked in a bookshop. I worked for Waterstones for 5 years.
Oh sure.
That was pretty chill. That was in the majority when I moved to London to pursue comedy. That was my day job. And it was retail, so it's not
customer facing.
It's customer facing.
Yeah.
So it's not like my calling, I don't think. But it as day jobs go, it was perfectly fine. And I think people respect bookshop. That they assume you're intelligent in a way that they don't in other retail jobs.
Sure.
Which is nice. I mean, some people would just come in and treat us like we were Google. Like, oh, you're at a bookshop. I genuinely, one Monday morning, and it was there was no one around, and a woman came in because she was struggling with her crossword, and so I just went and found a thesaurus and worked it out for her. And she was like, "Oh, thank you very much." And off she went.
But that's not making any money for the company. Did she buy the thesaurus?
Nope. It's good, but maybe she'll come back another time.
Yeah, it worked. I'll have to pick one up for myself.
I found one woman a song sheet for the song "It's a Long Way to Tipperary," and I bought her the sheet music, and I managed to order her the sheet music and the lyrics, and she was so grateful. She bought me a ham sandwich.
Ah,
That was very nice.
that is very nice. What a tip.
Yeah, and a cup of tea, and she said. So I live in Ealing. She said, "There's nowhere in Ealing you could buy a cup of tea. I had walked for ages. I couldn't find anywhere to buy you a cup of tea. I found you a ham sandwich in Tesco, and I couldn't find anywhere to get you a cup of tea. She bought me a cup of tea from Itsu. I didn't know Itsu did tea.
That's a sushi place, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's it. Strange.
Yeah, you got to wash down that rice and raw fish with something. I guess tea is as good as anything.
Yeah.
Did you ask for either of those things?
No. No, she was so grateful for the music for A Long Way to Tipperary. She just, of her own volition, bought me a cup of tea from Itsu and a ham sandwich.
That's adorable. It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to get a cup of tea in Ealing.
Yeah. I know where the Itsu. I know where the Waterstones is. I know where the Itsu is. There's about 6 places to buy a cup of tea between the two of them.
I always feel like whenever it's something specific you're trying to get, though, they just seem to vanish from your line of sight. So I give that woman the benefit of the doubt. What's the strangest request anyone's made looking for a book in Waterstones? It seems like you'll be quite ripe for comedic value.
So I had 2 jokes about basically of this format of working Waterstones. Someone asked me for one of them. I could never get to work because it was too weird. And one of the ones that did work was someone once asked us if we sold communion wafers.
Someone asked you if you sold communion wafers, and that actually happened.
Yeah, that genuinely happened. They said, "Do you sell communion wafers?" I mean, I don't know where you get communion wafers. We sell Bibles. So I don't know if you get like a little... I always thought
I'm trying to figure out the logic of that.
Yeah.
Does Waterstones sell communion wafers?
You know those things you get that is like an Airfix, like build the Titanic or something, and you get a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
I thought you sort of buy a Bible and you get a few communion wafers, and then every month you got to buy a bit more and you get a bit more of Jesus.
Yeah, like a glow-in-the-dark T-Rex or Jesus' body. Yeah. You end up. Which pose is he in? That's the question. It's got to be the crucifixion, isn't it?
The other one, and this is true, and I tried to do it at stand-up and I never make it work, was someone tried to return a copy of Mein Kampf.
Wait a minute, legitimately, or this is just the premise of a joke?
This generally happened. They tried to return a copy of Mein Kampf, and we always had to ask. We always had to ask for the reason for the return. Like,
I didn't know Elon Musk had been to Elon.
Oh, his is pride of place, I'm sure. Not returning it. So we had to say like, what's the reason for the return? Just to put through on the till, whatever. Like, And the guy said, unwanted birthday gift. And I just thought, like, was it for your birthday, or you bought this for someone else? Like, but just okay, fine.
Unwanted birthday gift. Yeah, my Uncle Klaus is just obsessed.
Yeah,
I think. Well, it would be funny if he kind of like, oh yeah, I couldn't get through it. It was a bit tough. What Mein Kampf was a bit my struggle. Yeah, okay, that was his struggle, his own personal Kampf.
Yeah. I have another memory. I once. There was a German couple, and they wanted to buy a copy of Mein Kampf because you can't buy it in Germany. It's not
what
published in
is
Germany.
going on with Mein Kampf in Waterstones? Why is Waterstones stocking Mein Kampf?
Because it's a
historical.
It's a book of historical. So if you are writing about World War II or whatever, if you're doing a PhD in World War II, it's useful to have what he thought from the horse's mouth.
I know people are obsessed with this shit, but I refuse to believe there is anything fresh that can be written about World War II. What nugget are you going to find in Mein Kampf?
The well is dry. But so there was this German couple. They were very nice. I'm pretty confident that they were
not Nazis.
Not Nazis.
Yeah.
And they wanted to buy a copy of Mein Kampf because they're like, you can't get it in Germany. It's not legal to publish it. And they said to me, if we buy this, where does the money go? Like, obviously, the Waterstones will get some money.
As in, does it go to Hitler's estate?
Where does the profits go? I was like, I don't know. Yeah, but basically, like, how do we consciously consume Mein Kampf? Conscientiously consume Mein Kampf. So I was Googling it, and after ethical Mein Kampf.
Purchasing of Mein Kampf.
So it refers to the new after the Third Reich collapsed, the new German government took all of the rights to that sort of stuff, and the money goes to some sort of charitable fund.
Okay, so by not selling Mein Kampf,
so we should all buy Mein Kampf as a charity. That's my hot take.
That's going to be the clip we put out. Promoting your Fringe show, Jake Baker says we should all buy Mein Kampf. Wow.
Oh, yeah. So that's a fun story.
Okay. I mean, that sounds... And that you couldn't get that stuff to work on stage, those stories?
No, it was just too... I mean, it worked sometimes. It doesn't
sound plausible.
It doesn't... A lot of it doesn't sound plausible.
I don't think you ever worked in Waterstones.
This whole thing's fiction. It wasn't consistent enough. Like, sometimes people would laugh, but it wasn't consistent enough to pursue, I found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the first year you went up to Edinburgh Fringe with a solo show?
Yeah.
What was that about?
That that was about a job that. So basically, the last job I had before I did.
Oh, is this
comedy,
the job you signed an NDA?
This is
for?
a job I signed an NDA because I mean
you did a Fringe show about
I did a Fringe show.
Pre or post signing the NDA?
Post.
Okay.
But I put it in metaphor. It was all suggestion.
Oh, okay.
And I took because what happened very broadly. I think without getting myself sued, it was in the tech industry.
Yeah.
The company I was working for did some very shady businessy, practicey things, and so me and about 12 colleagues joined Unite, the union, to try and save our jobs and ourselves. And the company took an incredibly hostile hard line against just the very concept of unionization, which is something that Amazon and Tesla and all that. So
all the big companies do. Yeah.
So I basically did a show more broadly about
unions and
that rather
practice.
than my specific experience.
How'd it go?
The show,
well attended.
It was it was all right. I think it was a good show.
Yeah,
but no, not particularly well attended.
My first, which venue were you in?
I was in the Caves.
Which one? Which room?
The one right at the top. Is that called the wee one?
Was this? Yeah. So you went with Just the Tonic on your first solo show.
Yeah.
Wow, fair play. Because I went free Fringe on my first solo show, and I was in Newtown.
Yes. Okay.
In the basement of a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. Okay. Classic.
Yeah.
So I'd done free Fringe as like a 45-minute or a split hours. For a few years before, and then when I did my sort of solo hour, first debut hour, I did Just the Tonic, hoping that it would be different, but it wasn't. It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah. At least you were in the wee room. The first year I went with Just the Tonic, I went in the big room at the Caves.
Oh boy.
150-seater.
Yeah.
First day of the Fringe. Because Just the Tonic as well, they started the day before everyone else.
Okay,
So they were, I think, whatever date it was. Let's say it was the 5th.
Yeah.
And every other show was starting on the 6th.
Yeah.
So I showed up on the 5th. The banners and stuff weren't up yet. The venue wasn't put together.
Yeah.
And I showed up and I had sold one ticket in a 150-seater in the Caves. And I went out to see the queue to see if anybody else had turned up, because you can buy on the door or pay what you want. And there was one woman sat there, and I was like, do you want to come into this basement cave with me? Or would you rather come back tomorrow, where I definitely sold some tickets, because that's when the Fringe properly starts?
Yeah.
And she was like, I'll give it a miss. I don't think she ever came back.
Oh.
So I felt terrible about that. But she would have, I think that's better for her. I don't think she would have enjoyed me stood up. The stage was so high as well.
Did she go up on the balcony? There's a balcony as well. Just
imagine she came in and sat at the very far back of the entire venue, at the back of
just like an emperor.
It definitely would have been a thumbs down, 100%. That was a nice run, but that opening day, I was like, I've made a horrific mistake. I've miscalculated my popularity, my ability to sell my show.
I did a showcase show in that room last year. It wasn't quite as bad as your experience, but there was only 6 people there or something.
Ouch.
And we were all...
It's not so bad when they're all sat quite close.
Yeah.
I did that year, I think I did some shows to less than a dozen people.
Yeah.
As long as they're all sat in the front couple of rows, it's fine.
Yeah.
But some painful experiences in that room also.
It's a great room and it's busy. I've seen shows in there when it's been busy. Yeah.
They do lots of great late night shows in there, which are fun.
Yeah.
When there's people up on the balcony as well, it really feels immersive.
Yeah.
What's the worst venue you've played at the Fringe? Because I've played
Oh, gosh.
The thing is, I don't think people appreciate...
a showcase or of my show has been
anything.
In?
Yeah, because I don't think people appreciate just the breadth of types of venues you get. One year, the first year I went up, Larry Dean, obviously, great comic, very successful now. That year, he was in the closet. And I don't mean that metaphorically. He was in a room called the Cloak Room.
Oh, yeah, okay.
At Three Sisters.
Yeah.
And it was a 12-seater, and you could only fit 12 people in there if the last seat was like blocking the door, so people couldn't get out. Massive fire hazard. It's not a venue anymore. But every possible conceivable space at the Fringe is a venue during the Fringe.
I did a show in 2015, so well, I mean, the year doesn't matter. But with the comedian Benji Waterstones, split hour. It was both doing 25, 30 minutes.
Imagine if you were doing your stuff about Waterstones and his name was Waterstones and he was doing stuff about being a baker. That would have been
good.
What a show.
That would have been a really good show.
Baker and Waterstones, that's the one.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah. So you're doing a split show with him?
Split show with him, and we were in the marquee, the little tent in the courtyard in the Three Sisters.
Oh, yes. Oh, no.
We were
What time?
3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I would say during the week it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday was just unplayable. I mean, we're both quite softly spoken, gentle comics anyway.
Yeah.
But they've got the huge scream when they play the football on a Saturday, and they will play I don't know, Man United versus someone or whatever. And literally the only thing between us and a load of lads watching the football is just a piece of tarpaulin, like a tent.
What, you mean that soundproof fabric you put up in loads of different places at the Fringe?
And at some point, whoever it was, Man United maybe scored, and the guys, like, a foot from where I'm performing, just go mad. Like, ah!
Yeah.
And we just had to wait for them to finish. Because you can't, you can't do heckler put-downs. One, because they can't see you, because they're not in the show. Like, it's not their fault. And just waiting. And then also when it rained, the water used to come in under the tarpaulin. But sold out run.
Free entry.
Free entry, 25 seats.
Yeah.
Busy pub. We conned 25 people into seeing our show every day.
I think, so first year we did a show, split show, was in that same venue.
Yeah.
And it was great for numbers. You would get the crowd in.
Yeah.
But it was we were on at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And different quality of audiences sometimes at that time of night, because you were getting some people coming who were like looking for the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, there's comedy on in here, and just like walking in and sitting down, with a pint or something. And always packed out, but some real tough nights.
I went on a stag do a few years ago, on a stag do in February, one February a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And we went to Edinburgh because the stag was a big whiskey fan.
Okay.
And so we went to the whiskey experience and stuff. And they all knew, they weren't comedians, but they all knew that I was a comedian. I'd come to Edinburgh a lot. And so I didn't want to sort of take over. I didn't want to sort of lead it too much. I was happy to just sort of go where we went. But I was in my mind, I was thinking, as long as I'm happy wherever we go, as long as we don't go to the fucking Three Sisters. And that is exactly where we made an absolute beeline to the Three Sisters. And we were walking down Cowgate, and I was just like, oh, no.
Flashbacks. At least the tent wasn't up then.
Yeah. There was no tent.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
What, have you been on many stag do's?
Yeah, a few.
So I don't know why people think stag parties, going to comedy clubs, is a good idea.
Yeah, disaster. For everyone.
What they want, the person who arranges it, is for the comics on stage to rip into the stag.
Yeah.
But that's not fun for anyone else in the crowd.
No.
Or the comic, or the stag.
I did that notorious gig in Bournemouth. That's
oh, sure. Is that the Mirth Control one?
Jaggers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it exists anymore. I don't know.
I've never played it. I've heard about it.
And one of the best men. So it's just stag do. Like, I don't think they market it to anyone else. So it's like 120 people, and it'll be 10 different stag groups, basically.
Yeah.
This is how naive and early I was it's in Bournemouth, which is Dorset, where I'm from. So I started off by trying to do Dorset material, and they were all just like, we're from Nottingham, mate, we haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about. Anyway, learn from that experience. But one of the best men came backstage to talk to the MC, who was who was it? It was A.D. McQueen.
Oh yeah.
And asked her to was giving her information about the stag and some embarrassing story. Oh, he shit himself on a cruise in wherever, whatever, I think. And then she was going, okay, well, I'll try, but it doesn't tend to work doing this sort of thing. So she went out and went, oh, is Steve here or whatever? And he just went like that. And everyone else on his table just sort of went, oh no, what's happening? The best man's obviously really expectant. And it was just a disaster because no one else in the room knew what they were talking about.
Yeah.
He didn't want it. Yeah. No one else on the stag do except the best man wanted it. And then when the best man realised that it wasn't funny, he was then incredibly embarrassed. And then we just sort of had to go, well, that bit's over now. Carry on with the show. Just humiliated a man for no reason. Yeah, just terrible.
What's the worst gig you've ever played?
Worst gig I've ever played. Do you mean them? So, I think the worst gig I've ever done was so bad, I thought it was funny while it was happening.
While you were on stage?
While I was on stage.
Okay.
I was just like, this is so unplayable. Or do you want a story about the most humiliated I've ever been?
Oh, we do both.
We do both.
We got time.
So the worst gig I've ever done was has all the trappings of a terrible gig. So it was just in the room of a pub.
Yep.
No separate room. No one in the pub knew comedy was about to happen. They didn't turn the music off. Where we were performing just here was a fruit machine that people would just use. They did have I wonder if they turned the telly off. I can't remember. There's just some guys playing pool at the back. Just absolute worst possible environment for comedy. I will now add in the fact it was just after lockdown. I don't know if it was my first gig after lockdown, but it was pretty soon after lockdown. And so everyone was really overexcited and we're allowed out. And it was the eve of the Euros final when England played Italy at Wembley. And so the gig was unplayable. No one was really listening. And not only was no one listening, every 3 minutes, spontaneously, you'd just get a chorus of, "Who's coming home?" So it's just this just isn't a gig. This is just a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah.
That was in Crawley. To add insult to injury. And I sort of tried to do my low-key whimsy about I've changed the language settings on my washing machine to learn,
Italian, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's just
good routine, but they did not want it.
They did not want it. I think there was children in the pub. I have some memory of children running around as well. It was just absolutely everything you could imagine that would make a gig impossible.
Yeah.
They did. It was like a trick.
They went through a checklist of how do we fuck this up for everyone involved. And it's okay. So what was? You said you had the story. What was the most humiliating gig you've ever done?
Humiliating gig I've ever done. Yeah. I guess just a horrible death. Probably a death in front of people that know who I am.
Have you done? Where did you say your hometown is?
Sherborne.
Have you gigged in Sherborne?
Yeah, I run a gig in Sherborne.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
But I'm guessing if you run it, then it runs fine. It's nice.
It's pretty good. It was really good, and then it wasn't so good for a bit, but now it's great.
Great. What's the where have you performed where you've had people watching you who know you? That's been a disaster.
Oh, I did the Shaftesbury Fringe.
Oh yeah,
which is really nice. I've done it 3 or 4 times, and it's normally really nice. And I'm normally in this sort of pub that's got a function room, but for some reason I went in the sort of studio room of the theatre, and the studio room of the theatre has a lift to get up in. Is how you get into the green room if you are differently abled. You would take the lift up. And in the main house after me was some kind of choir.
Okay.
The rock choir. Do you see them wandering around in a black T-shirt with a yellow star on it that says rock?
No.
And they're all sort of 70 years old. And they wanted to get in the green room, so they all got the lift up and then just walked through my room. I was trying to do the show right up to the stage because the exit's here. So the lift's at the back of the room. They walk all the way through the room. And then I just thought, you could have waited. And then they stayed in the green room for 20 minutes. and then they all came back through to go down the lift again. And Shaftesbury's very near my hometown, Sherborne. So my brother and his girlfriend at the time, now wife, and a few other people that I knew that I said, come to this, all watch me.
You're like, this is the one.
This is going to be great.
I'm playing the Shaftesbury Festival.
And I absolutely died on my arse.
For an hour?
For an hour.
Oh.
And I had a joke about my PE teacher at the school I was at.
Please tell me he was there.
That he wasn't there. But the joke wasn't true.
He threw a dodgeball at you on stage. Damn it.
The joke wasn't true. It was sort of it wasn't a true joke. He was a guy that I liked and broadly got on with, but I made a joke of, he was a composite character making a point about something.
Yeah.
So it maybe didn't throw him a good light. But I was like, it doesn't matter because no one knows who this is.
Oh.
And then a guy came up to after me and said his name and was like, I thought he was a good teacher. And I was like, he is, I do like him, but for the like, you're not supposed to know who I am.
Yeah.
It doesn't work if you know who I am. Yeah.
What's the biggest mistake you've made on stage?
Probably that, slagging off my PE teacher. Biggest mistake. I mean, just little things. I got a video. I was watching a video of me I recorded a video of a show I did last year, just to sort of have a record of it. And it was really hot in the room where I was in Edinburgh last year, and so I'd always have a glass of water. And I kept crunching the ice while I was on stage, and I realised, like, fuck, I've been doing that all month. What an incredibly unprofessional thing to do. That some guy
on the microphone.
Yeah, just like
ASMR.
Yeah, I'm halfway through a joke and I'm just like eating some ice or something. Fucking idiot.
Well, at least you won't be making that mistake again. That's why we film things. It can be excruciating to watch them back sometimes. You not have sensitive teeth? You built up a tolerance in the frozen place. The frozen warehouse.
Yeah. I've eaten so much ice cream in my time. I'm just immune to it.
What's the show about this year at the Fringe you're doing? What's it called?
My show is called The Gentle Men's Club.
Yes.
And it's about...
But there is a space between gentle and men's.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is it a pun? Does that count as a pun? Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because the Gentlemen's Club is like almost like an after hours place for only men to go.
Yeah.
And,
a club for gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that still doesn't...
That's the same
That doesn't
thing.
make it any clearer. A club for men that are gentle.
Yeah.
There we go. I guess the genesis of the show is the rise of the manosphere and a kind of misogyny and a sort of horrible masculinity.
And why that's so great.
Why that's great and really plugging it. And I think we could really spread it across the globe if we work hard enough. No, I mean, it's from the broader as well. Like, I would say the sort of MAGA movement and stuff is quite misogynistic.
Yeah.
Explicitly misogynistic. And so just sort of why misogyny is on the rise again. And why feminism benefits men, I think, is the main
How do you make that funny?
Well, it's a good question. I think I've succeeded, but, you have to see the show. I mean, so the first routine I had was is talking about how these guys that feel that being in a relation, that a man has to be the provider, that being in a relationship with a woman that earns more than you is really emasculating. My girlfriend works in tech and earns significantly more than I do, and it is fucking brilliant. It is so good. Like I have access to a level of wealth completely undeserved by some of my work ethic. I'm so lazy.
And profession as well.
Yeah.
You're in stand-up comedy, yeah.
I work 20 minutes a day and I can ski. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking good. So it's that. That was the first routine, and then we've just gone out from there.
Fun, man. What's you've previewed it a few times, and where have you done it so far?
Last week I was at the Rick Mail Comedy Festival in Droitwich, which was brilliant. Really recommend that. Lots of little towns have all starting to do comedy festivals, and they can be a bit hit and miss because who's going to come to them. But Droitwich have really... I mean, they've got the name of... It's Rick Mail's hometown, so they've got the name of Rick Mail.
Yeah.
But it was really well attended, and it was just great and really fun. So I'd recommend that. If you're a comedy fan, go to the Rick Mail Comedy Festival.
Next year.
Next year.
You missed it this year.
You've missed it.
Unlucky.
I did Hastings.
Yes.
That's a really nice one. Have you ever done Hastings?
No, I'm not.
That's that's run really well by a couple of guys who are passionate and know what they're doing. And that's been going about 10 years.
Maybe I have. I forget the names of places, and then as soon as I see them, or like an art centre, so I'm like, I've been here loads. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Hastings sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Because of the battle as well, of course.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
All tickets at that festival cost £10.66.
Yeah, that's right. I should. Yeah, absolutely.
When you've been up to the Fringe with a solo show, what's the weirdest crowd you've ever played to, other than with noise bleeding in through a tent?
Me and Martin, that first year, we did a show to two people who were English was not their first language, although their English was pretty good.
That's a real comedian's bingo card.
Yeah.
Is performing to an audience who English isn't their first language.
And one of them was blind.
Oh.
And so you had to do a joke, and then she would describe
the joke, the
joke,
physicality of it.
The physicality of the joke. And given that neither me and Martin move around too much, it wasn't
pretty easy job for her, right?
Too bad. But it did make everything a little bit. But they were really lovely and very supportive. And in the end, I think we abandoned the show after about half an hour and just bought them a beer and had a chat with them.
That's also on the comedian's bingo card. I think when, especially if you've got a smaller crowd, and you're like, look, let's just sit and have a drink. Okay.
My rule, I guess, has always been, when I used to do those split shows, is if we outnumber the audience, then let's not do it. But that gets hard. You know, when you're just a solo performer, that you do a lot of shows to two people. I mean, as a solo performer, I have done shows where I've outnumbered the audience for sure.
Just no shows. I think 1 year I was in. That wasn't in the Caves. I think it was in the Mash House for Tonic, and the Fringe had been going well, but I think it was like that dreaded. I don't know if it's like a specific Monday, which is like the one, or I don't think they call it Black Monday or something like that.
Like the middle Monday or something.
And it's always the worst attended, day of the Fringe or something. I can't remember which day it is because I've since gone on to be very successful. But at the time, it was like I'm doing this Fringe show and nobody turned up.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna. And I had my guitar. I was doing some musical comedy in that show, so I could just sit up here and I just practice a bit. So I started playing through, and people started coming in 15, 20 minutes before the end of my allotted slot. So I don't know if they were there to see the next show or something, but they come in, they start watching as if oh no, we're seeing the start of the show, and I think they thought it was the next show.
Yeah. And
then I'm sort of wrapping it up, and I'm like, okay, there we go. And some guy was like, and I didn't know, do I pass the bucket? They're clearly not here for this show, but they've just watched 10, 15 minutes of me just goofing around on the guitar. And I wasn't going to at all. And then on the way out, some guy was like, held up a £5 note as I was walking past. And I was like, I'm not, it's not beneath me to take your £5 for, part of a show.
Yeah.
I don't think I told any jokes. I just noodled on the guitar for a bit. Yeah. It's an arts festival. You can get away with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I once saw an act at a different festival, which was also an arts festival, ride around on the floor with a log for approximately 45 minutes.
Okay.
With no speaking whatsoever, no music, no sound, anything. The only sound was the awkward whispers of the audience going, is this the show? It was quite uncomfortable. But it's art,
Yeah.
It started the conversation.
It's all valid.
Yeah. It's all valid. What's the most impressive show you've seen at the Fringe? Did you catch many shows?
Most impressive show I've seen.
Doesn't have to be comedy, just something you really enjoy.
So last year, the best show I saw, or the most wow show I saw last year was Aidan Jones's show about who's the pianist? Not Bach.
Beethoven?
Not Beethoven.
Mozart?
Chopin.
Oh yeah.
He did a Chopin. Do you know this show?
No.
So do you know Aidan Jones?
Nope.
So he's an Australian guy. He was on the circuit I did lots of open mics with him about 10 years ago in London. And he's sort of like this very Australian beach bum stoner guy. But he is like a classically trained pianist. And so he sort of does a kind of biography of Chopin, takes you through a very specific piece of music, and it's all about musical theory, but then it's also about like all the MDMA he takes.
Chopin or him?
Him,
okay,
yeah,
right.
yeah. And it's just great.
Did they have MDMA back then?
And it's just great, yeah. So he'll like play a bit of Chopin, it'll be incredible, and then he'll just go, sick. And, it's great. It's really, that's the premise of the show. And it's fantastic.
Side note, we did your photo shoot today. My partner Michelle, photographer, taking the pictures for your Fringe show, and you went into a pocket. Did you say it was his car?
Yeah, it was his car. Yeah.
I was like, I know I recognize that name from somewhere, because you were like,
I think that's
Aidan Jones.
That's why I remembered it. It was. I'm just.
Yeah, you kept the card. It's not like you were, chuck that in
Well,
the
I
bin.
did a gig with him about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Where he just did 20 minutes of the show as a headline set.
Nice.
I was very lucky to see Richard Gadd's Monkey See, Monkey Do in the Banshee Labyrinth when the year that won. That was really amazing.
Yeah.
And felt like, oh wow, I've seen something very exciting. And what else have I seen at the show that was really good? I saw Rhys Darby last year.
Oh, I love Rhys. Yeah.
Just been a fan of Flight of the Conchords and him in general for a long time.
That
felt really good.
So Michelle and I went to Los Angeles a couple of years ago, and as we landed, we went London Heathrow to LAX. When we landed, we're getting off the flight, and we're waiting for our luggage to come round.
Yeah.
And I looked up, and Glenn Wool was like opposite me.
Yeah.
And Glenn Wool looks up, and he's like, he points at me and walks around. And he's like, "Oh my god!" And we were on the same flight. We'd just been over this 10-hour flight or whatever, 9-hour flight, and Glenn Wool was opposite me. I'm like, "Oh wow!" I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Are you working in town?" And I was like, "Absolutely not. If anyone from American Immigration is watching." And I said, "Oh, I'm doing whatever." And he said, I said, "What are you doing in town?" I said, "I'm doing some shows." And he said, "Oh, do you know Rhys?"
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I live in Wales. I know a million Rhys. Which Rhys are we talking? He was like, "Oh, Rhys Darby." I was like, "Oh, not personally." I said, "I think we've been in the same room at one point, but we've not interacted or anything." But obviously, big fan of Flight of the Conchords and his stand-up as well. Super funny guy. And he's like, "Oh, I'm doing a show with Rhys tomorrow night. You should come."
Yeah.
I put tickets on the door, man. I come hang out. I was like, "Okay, great." So we go down. Michelle and I go to watch the show, and it was the weirdest, like, bumping into people ever. So he's just giving things. He's jumping on a show with Rhys Darby and friends.
Yeah.
So we go to this place in LA, this little theater, and we sat there, and in front of us, in this theater. So we're in the city. I've been to once 10 years ago or something. So I'm sat there, and I'm like, I'm sure that's Beck Hill. So I tapped her on the shoulder. She turned around, and I was like, "Beck." And she was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" Yeah. So she's in town doing a podcast or something, and she just happened to be. And she's like, "Oh, I thought I'd come see Rhys and stuff." Okay, great. So we watch the show. Rhys goes up, MC's hilarious, and then he brings on. This was the lineup for his Rhys Darby and friends.
Okay.
Glenn Wool, who I knew was going to be on there. Matt Kirshen, who I'd gigged with before he moved to America full-time. He lives out there now. Brilliant British comic. It's like, "Oh my God, Matt." I know Matt as well. Then it was Kumail Nanjiani.
Okay.
And then it was, oh my God, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. Australian comic. Says cunt a lot.
Jim Jeffries?
That's all of them. Jim Jeffries. Yeah. Jim Jeffries at the end as well. So we were like, holy shit. Yeah. And afterwards went to chat with them and things. And, just bizarre. That's what Los Angeles is like. You're just running into either famous people or people you've known from a decade ago, and they wound up in Los Angeles, which was fun. But no, Rhys is hilarious. Yeah. Was he doing his tour show then at the Fringe?
Yeah, it was last year. I can't remember what it was called. But it was the show that he was on tour. And he did 10 nights at the Fringe last year or something. And I had wangled a Pleasance pass.
Oh, bravo.
So, yeah. snuck in.
What's been the nicest venue you've been to at the Fringe? Been into any of the big theaters and stuff?
I saw shit-faced Shakespeare at the big, what's that called? McEwan Hall?
Yes, yeah.
That's really nice.
It's because you're so used to going into like shitty cafes and dive bars and occasionally a nice function room or something.
This is like an opera.
You're like, oh my God, I didn't know they had this stuff in Edinburgh. It's not leaking.
I really like. I mean, there are some disgusting venues, but sometimes the disgusting ones are good. Like, I think not all of them. 2 of the 3 rooms at the Banshee Labyrinth are fantastic.
Yeah,
I think the one in the basement is the best room on the Fringe. It's great, but it is gross.
Well, I mean, one of the things I didn't appreciate until I started going up there, multiple fringes, and you realize even though it's Scotland, it does get warm up there, and also in some of those rooms it is. I'm surprised they don't catch on fire or something. So one of the best things, I'm so glad you've come to like Hoots to do your show. Air-conditioned rooms, comfortable seats. It's a game changer.
Well, I'm pretty sure the year I did Just the Tonic in the wee one, I'm pretty sure I got some kind of lung infection. I had a pretty nasty cough for about 2 months after.
There's a lot of damp in those spaces as well. Which makes sense. Okay, well, you've gone up. How many times have you been up to the Fringe?
So this is my 4th hour.
Yes,
but. Whatever the first year I did with Martin was, 2013 or 2012, maybe, I don't know. I've been up almost every year since then.
Right.
Maybe had a few years off.
So outside of performing and things like this, what are your tips for surviving the month? Like, do you have any like food places you like to go to? Any places to kind of get some downtime?
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge cliche. I'm sure everyone says this, but the breakfast at the Sea Cafe.
Sure.
I always try and do that a couple of times.
To get all the nutrients to survive. Yeah.
Good Scottish breakfast.
What do you order? Full Scottish?
Full Scottish breakfast.
Okay. What sort of full Scottish? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
It has the little, I don't know what they are. They're sort of like a pancake, like a thick pancake thing. It's just like a wedge of batter.
Okay.
What do they? It's their culture. I respect it. There's lots of nice little pubs. What pubs do I like to go to? Well, there's one over Newtown, which is by the Voodoo Rooms, and the pub there is called... I can't remember, but that's a nice pub. To find a pub that's a little bit quieter and away from the Fringe.
There's one on George Bridge, which is quite nice, and it's always quite quiet. It's, I think, because they've priced everyone out, but it's always like nice and relaxed in there, and clean and stuff. So because I do love the chaos of the Fringe, but you do need to step out occasionally and just be like...
So my housemate that I've lived with the last 3 or 4 years, he lives in Adelaide the rest of the year.
That is some commute to the Fringe.
Some commute to the Fringe. And he does the same show every year, and he's done it for like the last 10 years about working on submarines. But he...
Not the one the billionaires died on.
No, like proper nuclear...
I'd go watch that show.
I crashed it.
It's submersible.
No, I recommend. He's called. He just goes by Eric. I don't know what his last name is. He's never told. He's just Eric, and he does a sort of storytelling show about working on submarines in the Navy, and it's really good. But he really likes real ale, which he doesn't really get in Australia because it's too hot. And there's a specific type of Scottish ale called 80 shilling.
80 shilling?
80 shilling. And it's really dark. It's not quite a stout, but I follow him all over Edinburgh looking for the best pint of 80 shilling.
Oh, that's cool.
And he takes note. He's like, well...
I'm going to have to try some 80 shilling.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'll give it a shot.
Are you an ale drinker?
I do like ale. I like a variety of drinks. So the only thing I don't really drink much of is cider. Okay. I'll always try an ale, lagers I like, beers, wines, everything except cider.
I was down in the West Country visiting my parents the other day.
Yeah. Big cider drinkers.
Big cider drinkers. Yeah. And my girlfriend said, get you a drink. And I said, well, I'm driving, so I'll just have a Coke or a non-alcoholic something. And she came back and she was like, I got you a non-alcoholic Thatcher's, in the West Country. I thought I'd get you a cider. And I was like, well, that's just apple juice.
Yeah.
You just bought me a pint of apple juice. But yeah, here we go. It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was nice.
There's some, obviously you get lots of 0% beers. There's some which are like 0.5%. I think that's because they can't legally guarantee there's no alcohol in it because of the fermentation process.
Yeah.
But the ones that I do like as well, there's like a couple of like 2% lagers,
Okay.
which I can happily have a couple of pints of that, and it's safe, I think. So yeah, other than that pub you said, which is opposite the Voodoo Rooms, you don't know the name.
I can't remember the name.
City Caf for
City
breakfast.
Yeah. What are the other pubs? The Last Drop on the Grass Market. That's normally a port of call for an 80 shilling. The one, I don't know if any of these are they're normally quite busy. I don't know if they're secrets, best kept secrets or anything. But the windy cobbled street that goes down onto the Grass Market.
Yeah.
There's a bar about halfway up there. It's called like the Bow Bar or something, maybe.
Okay.
That's really nice. I'd recommend. That's the sort of pub I like.
Cool.
So I'd go there.
Any places to avoid?
Three Sisters.
Look, I've had some great nights out in Cowgate, but you have to be in a certain frame of mind.
Yeah, I've never been the nightclubby type person. A quiet ale in a nice bar with wood panelling. That's my vibe.
Dressed as a wolf.
Dressed as a wolf. That will make sense later.
It's going to make sense now. I'm going to put it on the screen as soon as I say
that
it.
makes sense now. Okay, cool.
Ta-da! Cool, man. Is there anything else you wanted to mention or plug? Going into it, how would you, if you had to say, come see my show, what's the biggest selling point of your show?
It's really funny. I've made it sound heavy. It's not heavy. I've very much written a show about why feminism is good for men, but very much with an eye to making sure that it's funny.
Yeah, that's the goal. It's always the number one goal of a stand-up.
So come to my show.
I trust that you do that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to come watch the show.
And then I'm also doing a show with Stefan Allen and Keris Bradley called Comedians Play Video Games.
Yes, I'm hoping to be one of the comedians playing video games.
Yes, absolutely.
That would be fun.
Very welcome.
I have only ever really played the Sega Mega Drive.
Oh, the less you know about video games, the better.
Oh, you're in luck.
That's what makes it fun.
Because I know jack shit.
Yeah. The title says it all. We get some comedians, we play some video games.
Yeah, cool. Sounds fun, man. All right, all in hoots as well.
All in hoots.
Nice little collective there. Amazing. So on the podcast, we started asking comics questions that they answer. The questions are from other comics.
Okay.
And then you have to come up with a question for the next comic as well. They might not necessarily go out in the correct order, but the question given to me for you from George Zach is, what is your least favorite nationality?
It's fraught with danger. I think the safest answer is to say American. And do I have to explain myself?
You have to back it up for sure. Yeah, 100%. Why? Why Americans?
Have you ever seen the news? I could go more self-deprecating and say sort of English.
Yeah.
Have you read a history book?
Have you given to sure. Yeah. Have you given English very much the Americans of the previous centuries? I think. Yeah. Have you ever done a gig to predominantly American crowds? Have you ever performed to an audience made up of lots of Americans?
No, I don't think so.
Amazing audiences.
Yeah, very.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Might change your opinion on Americans if you perform for them.
So my girlfriend's from Australia. Her parents live in Sydney.
Sure.
And we went down to Sydney for Christmas. I did a couple of gigs in Sydney.
Yeah.
And I was really sort of nervous. Will this translate? 80% of the audience were British. It's just like, I'm all this way. I got talking to a guy and he was like, we're from Hereford. And I was like, I was in Hereford like 2 weeks ago. The Courtyard Theatre. And he was like, yeah, I know the Courtyard Theatre. And I was, what a waste of a flight.
But I mean, I've never been to Australia.
Yeah.
I really want to. I think hopefully going to go next year. Lots of mates from Australia. Dan Muggleton, Beck Hill, of course. Thomas Green. Many people. But what... Like, predominantly, that it's made up of British people anyway, right? Like, historically...
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, or like Irish and, people from... Except for the, natives, who don't feature much at the comedy clubs and stuff. They've kind of been... To get deep about it, they've kind of been excluded from a lot of cultural things.
Yeah, I think there are Aboriginal comedians, but
Oh, they definitely
couldn't-
are.
I couldn't name any.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I think they have been sort of. It's a country with a troubled past,
We'll cut all of this.
but but aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Yeah, definitely. So one year I did a bunch of material in my Fringe show about basically like Spain's, some of Spain's, because they got many,
Yeah.
like colonial fuck-ups and horrible things they've done. And what I found is just like people just couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, talk about the shit Britons that we're
Yeah,
British. We
yeah,
don't
yeah.
care about your racism.
Yeah,
We want to hear about our racism.
yeah.
So I had to change tact on some of that a few ways.
Have you watched? This will go in. Have you watched the John Leguizamo? I've been saying his name right.
Leguizamo?
Leguizamo. The history of South America.
Yeah, he's incredible.
It's
He's
interesting.
good because he's not strictly a stand-up. He does these one-man shows, which are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of time for John Leguizamo or Luigi from the Super Mario movie. As somebody might know him as. I love that guy. Very good actor.
Is America a good enough answer?
I think we
Go the US.
So we need a question from you now for the next comedian. So what would you like to ask a comic?
I don't know who the comic is yet.
No.
Okay. So
I don't know who the comic is
Could
yet.
be anything. Could be just like, can I borrow 40 quid?
So then you're hoping that the next comic is quite flush and happy to give him money.
I'll give him my back's details. You can pass it on.
I could ask that question if you want.
No, I feel like I should try and come up with something better. If you could be a biscuit, what biscuit would you be?
Okay, cool. Nice. All right. Thanks very much for being
It's
on the
okay.
pod.
Thank you very much for having me.
No sweat, pal.
It was fun.
Take it easy. That was Jake Baker. If you can, make sure you catch his show at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, produced by Comedy Sheep. He's one of the team. Make sure you give him a follow on social media. Super funny guy. Catch him wherever you can. Next episode, I'm talking to George Zakharopoulos, a Greek comedian. Again, I only talk to funny comedians, so it's going to be a very amusing chat. It gets pretty dark in some places. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Make sure you tune in next episode.